everyone, how's it going? My name is Tito and welcome to Macho Nacho Productions. Typically on this channel I do modification videos, but today I got something a little bit different. I actually bought a Nintendo Switch Lite from the Nintendo website. Now this wouldn't be anything out of the ordinary or anything special, but this particular unit is a Nintendo refurbished one. And I actually searched on YouTube and nobody actually did a review on a refurbished Nintendo Switch Lite from Nintendo. I've seen a couple from GameStop, some of the premium refurbished GameStop Nintendo Switch Lites, but nothing straight from Nintendo. So I thought that since I bought this, I would share that with you all. So what I want to do with this is I kind of want to see if this is something that's worth it, because as you know, a refurbished Nintendo Switch Lite is actually a little bit cheaper than buying it new. And for it being about $30 cheaper, are you actually getting good value? So with this video, I want to show you basically what's the packaging like coming from Nintendo, what is the condition of the actual Switch Lite unit itself, what it actually comes with in the box, and really just kind of give you my overall thoughts as to whether or not this is a good value. Now, as far as price, I'm going to start off with that. So I actually purchased this for, actually have it all written right here. I purchased this for $169.99, but that doesn't include the shipping, which was another $5. And then on top of that was tax, and tax was $10.50 for a total of $185.49. Now, if you were to buy the Switch Lite brand new from the Nintendo website, it'll of course have an MSRP of $199.99 plus the same $5 shipping, and so tax would be about $12.30 for a grand total of $217.29. So you are getting, at the end of the day, a $31.80 saving by buying a refurbished Nintendo Switch Lite from the Nintendo website. So we're first going to start off by unboxing it. And so here we have the box that it shipped in. Like I said, I opened it already. But once you open it, you actually are greeted with a Nintendo Switch Lite box that looks pretty much like the retail box. And I was actually surprised by this because typically in the videos that I've seen of Nintendo Switches, regular ones, they actually come in a different box. As far as I know, from what I've seen at the stores like Target, this does look like the regular retail box. However, it does look a little bit different here. I mean, here we have this isn't a sticker, but printed on the top is a little box. It says refurbished product, and it's basically said it's been clean, tested, and inspected. And other than that, that is the only differentiator from a retail box as far as I could tell. Now, one thing that's interesting, I've seen videos on YouTube of several people kind of buying Nintendo refurbished retro products, like old Game Boys that have been factory refurbished. So I'm wondering if this maybe at some point may be worth something. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is having a Nintendo factory refurbished Switch Lite, do you think that will hold some value in the future? But anyway, let's go ahead and crack this thing open. So here we got some little tape here. I'm just going to cut it open. And I'm going to go ahead and open it. All right, so we do have the box that it comes in. Okay, and actually, I'm looking at this, and I really do think, so nothing else in the box, I really do think this looks like very close to a regular Nintendo Switch box and the way it's packaged. Okay, so we have a little thing here, a little set of health and safety instructions, nothing out of the ordinary. I'm not sure if the regular retail Nintendo Switch comes with something different. Now on the bottom here, it looks like is probably the AC adapter. Okay, so actually it's all opening. All right, so here we have the OEM Nintendo AC adapter. So this is an official Nintendo adapter, and I'm looking at it closely here. It does appear to be used. This is for sure used. I'm not sure if that's going to come out on camera, but you can see some imperfections there in the reflection. A little bit light scratching. This side seems to be pretty good. Here looks pretty good too. This is obviously somewhat used, but it's, very lightly used. The most wear appears to be on the top here. Oh, here you can see some wear and tear on the plug itself. Not really coming into focus, but anyway, you can kind of see some wear and tear on that USB-C port. Now, the main part here is the Switch Lite itself. So it comes in this bubble wrap, and it's actually encased in another. Let's go ahead and see what that looks like. Okay, actually this looks pretty good. Let's look at the back. So here you can see a sticker. It's kind of in Spanish actually, but it looks to be an address. And this is potentially maybe where it was refurbished. So maybe there's a plant in Redmond, Washington, where this was refurbished. But looking at it, the joysticks look pretty good. They're pretty clean. Now the screen actually, I wonder if there's no protective film on there, and the screen doesn't look the cleanest. It kind of looks like there's some smudges on there. See if we can kind of clean it off a little bit. So I thought there was a kind of a scratch here, but that cleaned right off. And for the most part, you know, I'm seeing some scratches on here. Very, very light. Not too big of a deal. But there is a scratch kind of right. I'm gonna see if I can get the light. There, you can kind of see it right there. Yeah, right there. So right there, there's a bit of a scratch, and that is not coming out. That is very unfortunate. You can really see it there. Okay, so I'm a little disappointed by that, but other than that, the shell appears to be, nope. There's another scratch right here. Again, I'm not sure. I'm gonna do some B-roll of these markings. Oh yeah, and there's even some marks right here. Okay, so this is definitely refurbished. Obviously, not new. In all fairness, I think that should be expected. You're not buying a brand new unit, you're saving a little over $30, but it should work, right? So let's give it a test and let's turn it on. So it turns on just fine. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and set this up real quick. All right, so I got it all set up and the console does appear to work. I have my old original Switch here, and I'm just gonna try popping in a game. Okay, and it appears right there. And I'm just gonna start the software, and it launches the software. So it does appear to be working just fine, which is fantastic. And yeah, so what I also want to do is I kind of want to take it apart and take a look at the inside. We'll do that in a second. And here's the game running. So Link's Awakening is running just perfect. I turned the sound down. So, okay, so we did take a look at the outside. There are some imperfections. Now let's tear it apart, just opening it a little bit to see what it's like on the inside. All right, so looking at it here, it looks like we got 4 tri-wing screws on the back. So let's take those out. And then there are 2 Phillips screws on the bottom. And then we got 2 more Phillips screws on top. All right, so now I'm just gonna try and take a spudger and work my way around. Okay. So that's what it looks like on the inside here. Overall, at least near the dust vents, it actually looks pretty clean, so yeah, not too bad. Actually, that was another thing I wanted to look at, was the fan, to see how dusty it was. And actually looking in here, it looks very clean. It doesn't look too bad at all, although now I'm looking in the camera, there does appear to be some residue here, but I don't know if that's like normal, but I'm not too worried about it. It doesn't look to be that bad. Inspecting the motherboard, it looks very, very clean. So at least where the controllers are, that looks to be pretty good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the metal heat shield off. Looks like it's only held in with a couple screws. So we got one here. Looks to be about 4 screws in total holding this thing together. Oh, and actually, okay, this one's a little bit longer. So all the way on the left here is a much longer screw. Okay. So we got a lot of thermal paste here, which is fine. That's normal. And looking at it on the inside, it looks to be extremely clean in here. Very clean. So that I'm actually happy about. I'm guessing they replaced the fan module because that looks brand new. There's not any dust on there at all. Even if you look in here, there is no dust. And then sort of the inlet right here, there is no dust in there. So that I'm actually really happy about. And looking at the battery, it's hard to tell if it's new or not, but this is a 3.8 volt, 3570 milliamp hour battery. And you know, the condition looks pretty good. I'm wondering if they actually replaced this. They might have. I'm not gonna tear this apart any further. Again, I'm pretty happy with how this looks. So let me go ahead and put this back together. All right, so this is back together. And I have to say, I mean, for a $30 savings, I'm pretty happy with this. It's a little disappointing that there was a scratch on the screen, but the inside did look really nice. Okay, so what are my overall thoughts for the Switch Lite that's been refurbished by Nintendo? I think it's actually a pretty decent deal, given the condition of the shell, which is an overall pretty good condition. It was unfortunate that there was that light scratch kind of in the middle of the screen, but I'm hoping with a screen protector, maybe that'll kind of just get hidden away. And the inside condition was pretty good. Actually, it was immaculate, and I was pretty happy about that. So for $31 savings, you get the Switch Lite console itself. You get the official Nintendo Switch charger, which is great. It comes with some documentation, and then you get the box. And the box is actually pretty nice. It looks almost like the retail one, except for the kind of indication here, which tells you that this is actually a refurbished product. Now, the one big thing that sort of separates this from the rest of the competition, so GameStop, refurbished units, eBay listings for used Nintendo Switch Lites, are that it comes with a 1-year warranty from Nintendo. With a 1-year warranty to protect it from any defects or any issues is really kind of the main selling point. So even at a $30 discount, you're still getting that Nintendo warranty, which really, I think, kind of separates this from the rest. So really, at the end of the day, what are you sacrificing for $31? And I think all you're really sacrificing is sort of the condition of the shell, and it's really not all that bad. And I think for a $30 discount, it's kind of worth it for just the minor imperfections that are on the shell. Some of the other things you're sacrificing are potentially the documentation, which if that matters to you, obviously a new Switch probably comes with more of the official documentation. This just comes with a system update and health and safety information. And then of course, you know, the official AC adapter does have some blemishes on it. So again, it's really, you're sacrificing the condition. And in all honesty, it's not that big of a sacrifice. I think for the condition you're getting, a $31 discount is absolutely fair. And this is something I'm going to be using pretty often, not on a daily basis, but I might be using this a little bit more than my other Switch. So for something that I'm going to be using anyway, I'm not really trying to keep this in pristine condition. I think it's absolutely fine. And for $169, I think that this is a pretty good deal. Now, my question is, what do you all think? Do you think that this is an adequate deal from Nintendo? Do you think the $30 savings is something that's worth it for you? Or would you prefer to spend the extra $30 and get a brand new unit? And I guess I'd end things by asking if any of you guys also bought a refurbished unit, and were you happy with it? Was the condition decent, and has it lasted you a long time? Were there any problems that you ran into with a refurbished unit? And did you get a refurbished from Nintendo or GameStop? So if you did buy a refurbished console, let me know in the comments and whether or not you were happy with it. So that about does it for this video. Definitely thank you for watching if you stuck around all the way to the end, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next Thursday. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Macho Nacho Productions. I release content every Thursday, so be sure to turn on notifications. And as always, see you next time.